Welcome, I'm Bev Adams. I own an independent paper crafting business showcasing products from Stampin' Up! I made this beautiful Christmas card with products from Stampin' Up! I sell these products and also a few items to make crafting more convenient. I have the free detailed directions for this project on my website, and you'll also find links for the products I used. Just click the links to be taken to my online store at Stampin' Up! You'll see where to find all of that at the end of the video, so don't worry about taking notes. It's time to put stamps, ink, and paper together. Here's another version of this card. This is gold foil, and this was my first sample, and this is actually some of the brushed metallic, so you could use any of the metallic papers. I used Hope and Peace and the Labels Aglow dies, and I used the Labels Aglow Designer Series paper, and all of these papers come with a gold foil treatment on one side. I've used Very Vanilla, so I've got a Very Vanilla medium envelope. My card base is Very Vanilla, and this is 4 1/4 by 11, so cutting it in half the long way. I have a piece of 4 by 5 1/4, and this is Cherry Cobbler, and I've already die cut that with this die, and I have put the open side on the edge of the cardstock. There are lots of wonderful dies. There's some little bitty snowflakes and larger snowflakes and swirls, and I've also used this one, and I have already cut that from Very Vanilla cardstock. I'm going to go ahead and stamp my greeting on this label, and almost all of the greetings will fit on this label except maybe this one. I put the Stylish Shapes dies on my list, so if you wanted to use this greeting, it could go on the Stylish Shapes greeting. For this sample, I will use the Weary World Rejoices. I am using the embossing collection kit, and I'm going to rub the embossing buddy over my cardstock. I have added a little tiny brush. This one's actually broken and bent, but it's got the tiniest little bristle. This is a 1 if you're looking in the art supply store. And I've got gold embossing powder. My ink is Versamark. The Versamark is kind of a clear, sticky ink that doesn't dry out very quickly. I think you can catch just a little bit of the shine to see that I have stamped it. It's easier to see in real life. And I thought for this card I would also put, "May knowing Christ bring you peace for today, hope for tomorrow, and joy in every season." And I will be putting a strip here, so I want it a little bit to the right of center here. And we can dust both of these amply with the embossing powder. Because I used the embossing buddy, I didn't get any stray flecks on there this time. I do see that I have a little bit of fuzz here. As I said, you may hear the dogs. Well, they leave their little sparkles too. So there we go. When I set those aside, I want to be sure and set them where they won't get anything rubbing across my embossing powder until I have a chance to emboss with it. But I want to put this back in the tub. And the brush that comes with it is really nice for brushing all this back in here. And that little bit of powder doesn't look like it'd go very far, but it really lasts forever. The embossing powders are on page 128, and you get, there's a basics that is black, clear, and white, and then there's the metallics, which are copper, gold, and silver. You will need a heat tool for embossing. So I'm going to go ahead and heat it. And this is still, you may have seen me emboss before, and every time I do, I share how much joy I get from seeing that powder turn to shiny gold. Now this heat tool does get hot, and I'm kind of close to my fingers. It's really better to do it on a flat surface and hold it down with something that will not get damaged by the heat. If you have a larger sheet of cardstock, it's much easier to do. Some people wiggle the heat tool around a lot because they don't want it to get overly hot, but we really just want it to get hot. It's not like a blow dryer, but you do want to stop heating as soon as it's all shiny. Before you take any chances, be sure that there aren't any powdery and matte sections that didn't get heated, and I think I'm good to go. While the card is open, I'll go ahead and put my strip. This is just a 1x4 strip of Designer Series paper. Just to add a little color to the inside. For my ribbon, I am using a C block, and I'm just going to tie a knot around the C block. And I like to use the tweezers that come with that embossing kit. And just a regular knot. If I pull one side tight and then snug the other one up around it, you get a beautiful knot almost every time. Because my knot is going in the middle of my card, I want to put my knot in the middle of the block and turn it over and cut right above that knot. I cut this at a right angle. The ends were cut at a diagonal, so I know which ones are which. I'm hoping you don't notice that I've got a little bit of smudge on here, but I'll be basically covering that up with the gold foil, so I don't worry about that. You won't tell, will you? And then my ribbon is going to go on the other side, so I want adhesive here and here. So I just need to put my knot where I want it, and maybe I'll turn it around so that the tails go away from the gold side, and just wrap it. Add more adhesive. And put it on my card front, making sure I've got the inside going the right way. Put this piece on at a diagonal. And then this piece goes on with dimensionals. So I think that this is a fairly fast card that you could put together quickly for Christmas. I'm posting this video on November 24th, so it is getting time to get going on it. But you can do this. Here's the web address for this project, where you'll find the free detailed directions and links for the products I used. Just click the links and you'll be taken to my online store at Stampin' Up! Click Home near the top of my page and you'll find lots of resources. Under Shop, you can find the products I offer to make crafting more convenient, how to get free products with my frequent shopper rewards, and a link to my online store at Stampin' Up! Click Inspiration to scroll all my projects back to 2011, most with detailed directions and videos. Though the products in those older projects have been retired, you may find techniques, layouts, or color combinations to inspire you today. If you're new to stamping, you might want to look at the basics. You'll find how to cut card bases and layers, what's special about Stampin' Up! Stamps, and some of my favorite tools. Under Organization, you'll find lots of free resources such as catalog tabs, labels and case inserts, color tools, and much more. You can take a tour of my craft wall. More organization means more time for stamping. You can learn about my Evernote notebook. I have a note for every current product that Stampin' Up! Has for sale right now. And you can sort them all by the type of product. You can search just for the stamps. You can search just for the designer series paper. You can search for the phrase that you want or an image that you would like to use. You can search all the products that come in a particular color. It really makes finding just exactly what you want very easy. And you can create your own notebook and search through all of the things that you own to find just what you need. Come stamp with me here in Ventura County, California, or get the best deal of all and join my team of crafters. The team is called SIP Together, and it stands for Stamps, Ink, and Paper Together. The team is made of crafters who want to save money on the products they buy, share with a few friends, or start a Stampin' Up! Business like mine. Be sure to subscribe to my website and on my YouTube channel. I'd love to hear your comments. Thanks for joining me. Talk to you soon.